Okay everyone, one last video for this great Saturday. Hopefully we will be able to have a nice bright sunshiny week next week. No wind, no dirt. So this is the first time we sold several Valencias. This is the first time we've done a dedicated video to the Valencia. So we're going to do kind of a general walk around. We'll also do a drive along as well. So it'll be a pretty lengthy video. Sit down, relax, grab some popcorn, grab a drink, whatever, relax. It's going to take a little bit to do a full walkthrough video. So the Valencias are built on the S2RV chassis. So basically it's a Freightliner M2 specifically designed for the RV industry. So they do a few key features to make those RV ready. Basically they're already pre-cut. The back of the cab is pre-cut. Instead of having dual fuel tanks up front, it has a single fuel tank rear to the axle. It's a 100-gallon fuel tank rear to the axle. We'll also have the big 3000 series Allison transmission and a 360 horse Cummins ISB. Basically 6.7 liters, and as far as torque, 800 foot-pounds of torque. You can see it sits down a little bit lower, very easy to drive. 55-degree wheel cut, so basically when you go left, the coach goes left. Those wheels basically slap this way or slap this way, so very easy to maneuver. Probably, without a doubt, as far as the Valencia and the Verona line, this is going to be the easiest coach to get out there and maneuver, in my opinion. A little bit lower to the ground, the 55-degree wheel cut, coupled with a little bit shorter unit. They call this a 35 MB. This is right in that 35-36 foot range. So all the Valencias will have the bunk over. The paint schemes are relatively close. There's a few different variances. This is Royal. Basically, they have Royal Crimson, and the other few basically have some golds and whatnot to them. But this is the first Royal we did, and I really like it quite a bit. It really is a kind of a unique look to it, and just you know, kind of just a little bit more refreshing having the blue to it. So as far as all the way across the board, I'll open up the baggage doors here, baggage compartments. Super nice baggage compartments, dual latch on everything. The same design goes in these baggage doors as your higher end classic Icon and everything like that. 3000 watt power inverter there, Magnum hybrid all the way across the board. So basically operate all your appliances. It will operate your televisions and whatnot all off the power inverter there. Outdoor TV. Open up some of these guys right here. Kind of a busy day here at the dealership, so there's people in the background. A little bit of noise here and there. Access right there, it's kind of nice. So if you wanted to plug in something and not have it run through the door, well, it's stuck, but basically you can be able to plug in right back here, not have to run it through the door itself. Come back here, all frameless glass. Just kind of gives a little bit more higher end look with the frameless glass, frameless windows. Storage ottoman, or an ottoman that basically serves as storage. It's not inside the coach. It's great for the couches to be able to kind of have a little bit more relaxed feel, be able to prop your feet up there. So propane tank rear to the axle right here. This is propane heat, propane hot water heater as well. And there is a little port, you catch this right back here, a little quick disconnect. So if you had like an outdoor grill, a lot of people, like you could use those Blackstones, which are really popular right now. Little flat grill, be able to take and pop in there. The Valencias do not have the full body paint through the slide outs, but they are painted just your base gray right there. Come around the back side, two-piece fiberglass cap. The idea here is if you damage this, you can easily buy this. You can put it in a box and ship that lower portion. Pretty difficult to ship that entire piece right there. So the idea is if you damage it, more than likely you're probably going to damage the lower portion of it. Easy to replace, easy to change out and whatnot. 12,000 pound hitch, so all the Valencias will have a 12,000 pound hitch. They're rated as far as tongue weight, 1,200 pounds of tongue weight. That's really about the maximum trailer I would ever pull with a Valencia, just to be on a personal basis. Short cord reel there. Transfer switch inside, and there is an additional 110 outlet, so makes it pretty nice to be able to plug stuff in. You got a trailer, be able to take and plug into that 110 outlet inside there. 8K generator, so all the way across the board. Renegade Valencias will all be an 8,000 watt Onan. Very easy to service, very, very common generator. Kubota diesel engine within that. So pretty common, not really kind of any, you know, basically what you'll see that pretty much all the way across the board in the RV industry. So there's your fuel fill right there. Like I said, 100-gallon tank. Rear to the axle there, alleviate some of that weight off the front axle, and a little bit nicer than the Verona LEs in that you have to fuel both sides on those guys because they have two 50-gallon fuel tanks. So it takes a little bit more time. This is reversed a little bit, so your gray water, black water tanks are underneath here, and rather than having the dump station right back here, they've got the dump station right here. Close that, make it a little bit easier to see. Everything is water jetted into place there. Very easy to get to, very easy to read, easy to put water in. You know, it's there's a lot of wet bays that get complicated out there in the RV industry. This is super easy to contend with, it's super easy to operate. Additionally, there is a hose reel back in there, so basically that pops out, and you can utilize that through the port there, so you don't have to carry an extra garden hose with you as long as you're close enough. It is automatic coming inward, so pretty sweet little setup there. This is your house battery, so single 8D battery there, and your chassis batteries as well. The chassis disconnect is located right there. And then there is a, I don't know if you can catch that right back there, there's a quick disconnect back there as an airport. So if you needed to be able to air up your tires, air up toys or whatever, you can easily use that. 150 PSI on board, so you can easily air up a tire. So all these chassis are pretty easy to access. They do have air ride seats, and the steering column is adjustable and telescoping as well. So I kind of show you, just basically super easy to get in, boom boom here, or grab that. So to me, a lot easier to get in and out of than, you know, your diesel pushers. You only have one entry in and out. So I like the trucks better. I like the safety aspect much better. You actually have something that sits out in front of you versus you sitting over the axle. You know, kind of the story is you're the first on the scene of the accident if you're in a diesel pusher, sitting that far forward with no support, nothing out in front of you. We'll do a ride along here in a second. We'll jump inside and kind of talk about the inside. So you see the side cameras right here, the reverse camera and side cameras, all LED headlights, phenomenal headlights. We come inside, really nice cabinetry. This is a Sealy stain, a little bit the Spice Brandy on the Verona. As far as the decor group in this is the cracked pepper. So basically they have a two-tone here. I think they call this chinchilla is the proper name for the fabric. But you know, the whole decor group basically, you know, consists of the window valances and some bedding and such. All that stuff can be changed after the fact. If you're like, hey, you know, I really don't like this, that stuff that can be changed after the fact. Of course, at a cost, but easily changeable as time progresses, you know, if you wanted to update the coach. This is a convertible dinette. The idea is you've got kids there, so fold out couch right there that you can sleep two. Probably sit two small kids there, maybe one adult right there. The overhead bunk does fold outwards, and so you could put two adults up there as well. You do have air conditioner ducts that are ducted fully into this area right here, so when it gets relatively warm, you get some of that. I personally like the lack of a window in the overhead bunk on the Valencia, just because I know you're going to get a lot of heat with that window on the Veronas. So come back here, kind of highlight the kitchen. All solid surface countertops and sink covers, and also cover for the regular propane cooktop there. So all residential appliances here, kind of my preference, that 3,000 watt inverter coupled with this has 175 watt solar panels up top. So like on a day like today, no problem being able to maintain your battery all the way through and through the entire day. Come time for a little bit more cloudy environments, you definitely have to kind of change things up. But always a generator on board. You can always upgrade your batteries as well. I'm going to put that back into place there. So all the drawers they're all stapled. They're not dovetailed like you'd see on the higher end coaches, but all nice solid wood cabinetry and all soft close. Plenty of room in here to be able to stack things here underneath your sink, so a ton of room within this kitchen here. All your electrical is located up here in the front. TV over here, it is on a swing arm, and there is a sound bar right here that will integrate with everything. As far as this area right here, pocket door, a little magnet on the back side to be able to isolate your bedroom. Washer dryer pair right here, and they do have a little bit nicer extensions. Makes it a little bit easier to get through this area. A nice mid-bath in that you can do, someone can be using the shower and someone can be brushing their teeth at the same time, or just the access, be able to go from the front of the coach to the back of the coach. So I come in here, do the proverbial sit down on the toilet. You kind of see how much room I have here. Got plenty of room to crank around here, and I will jump inside. Shower as well. So pretty much everything will be equipped with a hand wand. Makes showering a little bit more efficient. You don't have to use as much water. You can kind of get the water where you need to get it. All the products will be equipped with a skylight over the shower as well. So the idea is if you're a little bit taller, you can get to it. So I'm going to come back here to the master. Lots of storage here. This is your entertainment right here. So basically there's an HDMI that goes from the television to this area right here. So you can add like DVD players, Blu-ray players, and you can also add satellite to it as well. Pretty much at this day and age, everyone's streaming. You can add like an Apple TV. Not a problem to be able to add anything there. So a ton of storage here. Pull these drawers out. They're all full-length drawers, but I'll stagger them just so you can see them. And then big monster drawers right here. So great for winter time to be able to fold up some of your larger items, stick them in there. As far as tank capacities on this guy, below the bed itself are two 75-gallon freshwater tanks, so basically 150 gallons freshwater, a 75-gallon gray and black outside. So basically 150 gallons of waste, 150 gallons of freshwater here. All day-night shades located throughout the coach. I'm going to stick this guy in here so it doesn't wander off on the floor. And we will pause the video and get all the slides out, slides inward, so you can see the coach with everything slid up, and we'll also do a little test drive. Okay, we got the slide outs in. You can see I can still get here. I can change out laundry if I need to. I can brush my teeth. I can get to the bathroom. So basically very, very accessible driving up and down the road. Additionally, wash my hands, get water, beverage out of the refrigerator, so very, very accessible. And of course, this bunk is slid back, so a ton of room to be able to get in here and plop down. I can get this guy started up. Put the seat belts on. So these are air ride seats, pretty much they're all set up. We're a little low on fuel. Hopefully I don't have to push or get a ride back. So release the brake. I probably should have shown you this first. So basically you take and pop this thing up and down, back and forth. Parking brake release. And then we'll go ahead and put this dude into gear. So it's the Allison 3000 series transmission. Let's start off in first gear. So basically there's nothing really to have to contend and do here. Just get it, put it in gear, and go. Turn that guy on. Get my air conditioner cranking for my camera person. So I was incorrect. The Valencia does not have any kind of adaptive cruise. It does not have tire pressure monitoring. Once you move up to the regular M2 on the Veronas, the Verona LEs, they'll have the adaptive cruise, crash mitigation. So a little bit more pleasurable to drive if some of that stuff drives you crazy on the Valencias. That's just, oh, we got some of the lower portion of the dinette that slid out. I think is that the day-night shades that are rattling a little bit. I typically run my day-night shades all the way up to keep them a little bit quieter. But as far as acceleration, good acceleration, we're at about 45 miles an hour right here. Not an issue to be able to get up and get rolling. We'll get up on the highway. Got a light wind, maybe about 15-20 mile an hour wind. But very easy to drive with the upper and lower mirror. Eliminates a lot of the blind spot. And with the backup camera and the side cameras, really easy to take and see. This unit is equipped with an exhaust brake, so it makes it great in the hills and mountains to be able to slow the coach down without having to use the actual foot brake itself. I'm trying to turn the radio on itself. The Garmin system it's a pretty unique system. There have been some updates for this. Pretty easy to go through and update it. You just have to connect to a Bluetooth Wi-Fi, not Bluetooth. Turn it back on. But one-piece windshield here, very easy to see out. Very inexpensive windshield in comparison to some of your Class A's. Some of your Class A's you can spend $2,000 and $3,000 on a windshield. This windshield right here is about a $200 windshield, so pretty easy to get that changed almost anywhere in the country. So the exhaust brake is right down here. Of course, the exhaust brake won't activate until you go to slow down. So we're going to exit off the highway here, pull in and get a little bit of fuel. So running 55, take my foot off the brake completely, and that engine brake, it works really well with the transmission, downshifting to get this coach slowed down. There's nobody back behind us that I can see, but we're all the way down to 25 miles an hour in a pretty short period of time with no foot braking whatsoever. We are getting the traffic there, wondering what's going on. We'll get up to the light and head in, grab some fuel. Everything really easy to get to. Your window, power window buttons here and there, power locks, heated mirrors as well, along with your cruise control. There's a city horn on board on this, so basically your little horn there, and there is an air horn as well. So So there'll be spring front axle on all these chassis and air ride rear. Some bumpy railroad tracks will go over here. I'll pull up to the fuel pump and then I will end the video, but just kind of show you it's pretty darn easy to get in and out of parking lots. Not a problem to maneuver this guy into regular fuel stations. A lot of people think you have a rig like this, you have to go into truck stops. That's not the case. We'll whip around here and wait for this other guy on the other side. But very easy to drive, very easy to maneuver. A lot of first-time buyers enjoy driving these over to doing test drives on Class A's just because they feel like it's more car-like. It's more like driving their, it's like a large SUV. So I'll pull over here and we'll kind of end the video, but glad you guys spent a little time with us today. We always enjoy doing these videos and sharing a lot about the coaches, sharing kind of my potential or my perspectives on things, but glad to have the product. Look forward to more Renegades coming down the pipeline. Make sure you tune in next week. We'll have some more videos picking up at the factory. We'll have a pretty cool classic. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Keep on coming back.